All right, what's up, guys? So, Hot Tea has uploaded. Yeah, this brings me back to the days where it was like, it's 2020. Trisha Paytas is out here scamming people out of Patreon subscriptions and things. Man, it brings me back to a simpler time. I can't even wait to get to this video because yeah, it seems like what she is lying about. I'm like, if she is lying about some stuff like that, man, well, it's allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly. I don't know, but with that being said, now let's just go ahead and get on into this video, guys. If you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Hot Tea. And with that being said, I'm curious, very very curious. It wouldn't surprise me though. It's one of those things where it's like you see Trisha Paytas lying. It's like it's kind of like seeing the sun rise or something, or a red light turning green. It's like, oh, okay, it's expected. But anyways.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to spill some quick tea about Ethan Klein and what he said recently about Trisha Paytas and her new baby. Okay, so as some of you may know, Trisha just had her third baby, Aquaman Paytas.
Yeah,
I sound like
here's the thing. You can name your kid whatever you want to name him. You have to remember, though, that your kid is going to eventually, unless you plan on having him go through private schools, but if you plan on if you want him to like, oh, I want him to have the same experience I had when I was a kid and stuff, I want him to go to a school where he's surrounded by like a kid environment and all that stuff. How do you think that's going to be when the teacher is going through the list and it's like, okay, Anthony, or let me think of some Andrew, Aquaman. Like it's yeah, your kids having to raise their hand and say present. Kids gonna be looking like Aquaman. What kind of? It's one of those things. People look. Again, name your kid whatever you want to name them, but you have to remember that they are going to be exposed to the world at some point in time. They can't just be closed in and get no real world experiences and stuff. Like, yeah, that's one of those things. That kid, I guarantee and I promise you, that kid gonna change his name at some point in time. He's gonna have a normal name. Or maybe, and that's one thing I like my conspiracy theory with celebrities, like they put out that name, but then they actually named their kids something else and stuff. So it's just, yeah, they kind of got like a stage name for for the internet and for for the public, but privately it's like, yeah, that kid, like, hopefully he got like a normal name, like, for like Joshua or Edward or freaking something. I'm like, I don't. The Tiny Lister comes off as a normal name than Aquaman, but I'm just saying something normal. But anyways,
I'm joking, but her kids are named Barbie, Elvis, and Aquaman Paytas Hackman.
That's insane.
Now, Ethan went online and
we all
had what
making.
people are describing as a full meltdown because he is implying that she lied in the past. Okay, for anyone missing context, here's a quick recap. First thing you should know is that Ethan and Ela, a married couple, have a podcast called H3H3, and it kind of evolved to having several mini shows, including one named Frenemies, which featured Trisha Paytas. This is important to know because Trisha has a baby with Moses, which is Ela's brother, so this is all a family thing as well as online drama. During Frenemies' time, Trisha would open up about all sorts of things in her life, which included her relationships, and she had been really open about her dream to one day get married and have kids. During this, she also mentioned how she had fertility issues because of getting chlamydia, and she was pretty sure she was infertile. She had this to say about it on her Instagram a few weeks ago. From being told I wouldn't be able to conceive on my own to being pregnant 3 years in a row, I share this as a story of hope. I had contracted really bad chlamydia in my early 20s, one case went untreated for a year, and it scarred my tubes. When my husband and I started really trying and nothing worked, we did the HSG test and got pregnant the first cycle after. She talks about how she got pregnant with her second and third child through various cycles and says that she never even used birth control because of her issues with fertility and was amazed that she was able to get pregnant. She goes on to say, when 4 months after having our second baby, we found out we were pregnant with our third, shocked and in disbelief because what? No planning, tracking, too busy with a newborn to barely squeeze any sexy time in. While this baby was a surprise, we welcomed the abundance. So it's important to know here that the Kleins and the Paytas Hackmans, as far as we know, don't talk at all after everything fell apart with frenemies. If
Yeah,
you
I
want to
remember when that they had that podcast going on, and it seemed like it was a good idea. Did they have like beef though at the start, like Ethan and Trisha Paytas, and then that's when they decided to do that Frenemies podcast? Because I felt like that there was at a point in time where they didn't get along with each other. Like they did have issues, and then out of nowhere they had just. I feel like it was them. It could have been them. I don't know, but anyways. But yeah, man, I feel like yeah, that's that like weird family drama where it's like if it started off with drama, I guess like if you guys aren't really aiming for a healthier relationship, it is gonna end with drama. So
know
anyways.
more of the tea on why, I recommend you check out my other videos. But
Yeah.
basically, Ethan had this to say.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna get it out. Trisha lied about being infertile, and that's a disgusting thing to do. She had 3 kids back to back without a single fucking hesitation. Back to back. She got pregnant immediately. Now that's great and good for them, but she continually lied about being infertile, which is a horrible fucking thing to do because real people go through that every day, and they don't get to have 3 kids back to back at back, exactly planned, just like you want. Fuck that.
Dan and
I
AB
feel like I have heard though, like I've heard some stories. Like I don't know. Like if she did, then yeah, that's something that she's gonna have to live with. But I mean, like that's the thing though. Like I said, like her lying, it's just it's like I'm trying to think of something. It's like accepting that I don't know, you didn't get that home loan that you wanted. It's like, okay, well dang, my credit is kind of low, so I kind of expected that. But anyways, but no, it's like it's not surprising. So like that's something I'm like, I guess like if I'm in Ethan's shoes, it wouldn't surprise me. But I have heard of situations before where people women thought that they couldn't get pregnant, and then then the next thing you know, they look up, they're pregnant. So yeah, I've heard stuff like that before. But I mean, yeah, if she lied about it, like I say, she's gonna have to live with that. But
disagree with Ethan, and they're like, I'm just old school, so I'll say congratulations. Ethan then goes on to say,
People go, oh, she got IVF and stuff. That helps. But if you're infertile, like she's lied about her whole fucking life leading up to this, she said she got diagnosed that she will never have kids. And she's farmed sympathy for it her whole career up until she magically had 3 family plannings go perfectly without a hitch. Liar. Shame on her for lying about that. It's horrifically disgusting.
which honestly is such a loaded statement. I don't even know where to begin. Like, first of all, if he or anyone in his team had read her Instagram caption, they would clearly be able to see that she talks about her journey and that it was a surprise to them and they didn't plan to have a 3rd baby. Plus, she made an extremely viral rap about her fertility journey in 2022 that had a ton of likes on TikTok, where she goes into detail about her journey, which anyone on the team could have researched years ago.
You had something that you left untreated for too long. And I thought, oh great, now all of my 20s I was just having fun because I couldn't have babies. But then in my 30s, I wanted to have babies. So I got an HSG test and they were like, no luck.
Second of all,
really dropped. The thing is this, like, for as long as I've been on the internet, now that's I don't know, like a part of me, there was like a spark of surpriseness that just hit me and stuff, because I'm like, you just don't think you would see some stuff like that. Yeah, that's different. I'm gonna say that much about that. That's different. I don't know if it's like Grammy award winning music, but hey, do what you gotta do.
well, I feel like Ethan's crew could have also researched and learned more about fertility before making such concrete statements.
Yeah.
Like, it took me less than an hour to learn that when you get chlamydia and it goes untreated, it can make you infertile. 10 to 15% of women then get a pelvic inflammatory disease like Trisha did, usually getting scarring, but if you actually have surgery and do those HSG treatments, you have a 33 to 75% success rate at being pregnant. It's not like everyone does, but people were even commenting their success stories. Overall, this is just so insane. It might bring
it's possible. It's just that it's something where I'm like, I don't know too much about that. I guess like when I cross that bridge, and learn about like pregnancies, and then just all these different, because yeah, my thing is this, like, I guess like once when I get involved with something, I try to learn as much of it as I possibly can. So yeah, it's like I ain't got no kids, so that's why I'm like, I'm staying clear for it, for when that time does come and things. But anyways, but yeah, it's like I have heard stories, like I'm trying to think of somebody, but it's because it's like when I just say I've heard stories, I feel like I need to give out a name. But dang, it's like I feel like there's like it's somebody there. Like I'm imagining somebody, and I'm like, this is a real person. But yeah, it's just overall though, it's like it's possible, So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, it's yeah, what Ray said. It's like, yeah, definitely you gotta do your research before you just start making accusations and stuff. Because that's one thing about it. It's like if I do a video, I'm like, nah, it's like I gotta do my research first. So yeah, there's at times where I'll mess up. There's at times where I might make a mistake here and there. But it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like with like topics like this, like it's stuff that I messed up on. It wasn't serious stuff. So yeah, but things like that, when you're talking on like pregnancies and all that, it's like, plus that's the thing where it's like I'm not trying to say like you, but at the same time I am saying that, so it's like I can't like sugarcoat it or make it. It's one of those things where I'm like, you don't know the female body, so like yeah, at the end of the day, yes, miracles can happen, with the female body, where it's like yeah, pregnancies and other stuff, but it ain't no different with the men's body. It's like yeah, miracles and stuff like that. So it's like yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I don't know. Like there's probably women out there that don't really know too much about the women's body. I mean, even though they live in it and stuff day by day, 24/7 and things. So, but still, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I know I wouldn't go out and make no comments like that about the women's body and what they're capable of and what they're not capable of and all that stuff. So yeah, but again, if Trisha Paytas did lie on that stuff, then yeah, that's like it's something that she's gonna have to live with, and maybe one day she might come clean. If not, then yeah.
Trisha back to respond. Okay, so then Ethan calls Moses a freak and disrespectful for naming his son Aquaman. I guess because Moses has this whole thing with water, and like he is the first photographer to take photos of water in a specific way, so I'm not sure if that was a dig about that. He basically goes on to say, like, no one even likes the superhero Aquaman anyway, and they're making fun of the fact that Trisha and Moses will exploit their child for internet clout with that name. AB and Dan try to joke with Ethan because his son is named Bruce, aka Batman's name.
I know that's the thing too. If that's his brother, never mind. It's Ethan's wife's brother. Okay, I don't know why I was like, for a second I was thinking that that's his brother. I'm like, fam, that's your nephew that you're talking. But it's I think nephew and no, I ain't never heard no nephew-in-law. Like it's like yeah, that's one of those. I ain't never heard of that, but I guess like it's your nephew-in-law. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that will work out, but still though, I guess like I wouldn't, because yeah, it's like that is your wife's nephew and stuff. So yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like I wouldn't make no comments. Like yeah, as far as the parents, I'll talk about them, but the kid himself, I'm like yeah, I wouldn't be, because I'm like that's how that stuff starts, man. Somebody hears it, next thing you know, they're gonna be like, oh wait a minute, Trisha Paytas is your mom. Then it's like, so yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, it's certain things where I'm like, they definitely should have kept the name anonymous. But on top of that, they shouldn't have given him no wild name. I'm like, that's like up there with like Elon Musk giving his kid like some nuclear launch code name or something, where it's like what, like A12X ? Like roundabout. It's like random stuff. I'm like, bro, just give your kid a normal name. Like it could be anything, but just make it normal. Aquaman. It's like, yeah, sit down and think about that. But anyways.
That they're trying to start the Justice League, and Ethan is so triggered he isn't even joking back.
I'm sorry, did I name my child Batman? What is this comparison exactly, AB? What's my child's name?
I said, are you just upset that you didn't name
my child
Bruce
what?
Batman?
No, I'm not upset I didn't name my child Batman. His name's Bruce, which is a completely fucking... I did not name my kid after Batman. And even if I did, his name is Bruce.
But anyway, he followed this up by posting a bunch of Instagram stories kind of defending his position, saying, LOL, people are actually mad about what I said. This freak lied, in my opinion, about being infertile for social credit and then immediately had 3 kids in perfect succession. I'm entitled to my opinion on the matter as a parent that has been through fertility treatments. I'll also add that this involves my family, so this is very much my business and very much not yours, you parasocial rejects. P.S. Moses allegedly sexually assaulted at least one of our fans, stealthing, and exploited at least one other for sex. He is the reason there will never be a Frenemies reunion, not Trisha. We will never forgive him for taking advantage of our fans for sex behind our backs.
Oh, wow.
Also, her fans have tried to ruin our lives every day since Frenemies ended. Some of them are currently being sued. Have a nice day.
Wow.
Now, can I quickly point out the irony that he's using his subreddits as a source for this info while also suing them at the same time? If you want me to make a video on that, comment down below. Okay, so after that, he posted a poll asking whether he should make a video on Trisha lying and Moses fucking our fans, or Hassan lying about Jews controlling ISIS.
I mean,
and a whopping...
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, bro, you know what your audience is capable of, and you know what they want. That's one of those things where it's like, you could have did the videos without even doing this question stuff. Whatever videos would have gotten more views, and most likely it's gonna be the Trisha Paytas and Moses one. Yeah, they gonna be curious about that and things. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like, Ethan, he's somebody where throughout the years, like, I have seen him involved in some drama, and it seems like he's somebody where it's like he not so much as has to like get the last word, but he feels like he has to get the most like educational word, like in some like drama or beef or whatever and things. So I feel like he's somebody that just tries to display his education a lot in his dramas, and it's like, bro, it's not needed or necessary. Like, if you ain't cool with them, you ain't cool with them. But it's just, yeah, with content creating, it's something where it's like, you see that a lot where if a person ain't got no ideas, they just focus on something drama related. So yeah, it's something where I'm like, I know I've had my days where it's like I've focused more on drama than I would say like stuff that's going to benefit me as a content creator. But it's like, you realize that like when you really use your creativeness when it comes to content creating, fam, I'm saying it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you trust me, you will never have a moment where you're struggling. It's like, oh man, what could I do today? It's like me, I just be throwing out ideas. But yeah, somebody like Ethan, it's just, it's just, I feel like that's just a bad combo where it's like you're you got like some education underneath your belt, but you like to be involved in drama, because it's just unnecessary amounts of words that's being pushed out and things that don't even need to be pushed out. But anyways,
81% voted for Trisha lying and Moses fucking our fan. And this was Ethan's reaction to that, which, can I just say, Ethan's recent obsession with talking about Hassan is like getting worse every day. That's a whole side story. If you guys would like to see a video on that, please comment down below. It's on its way, don't worry. Anyway, you might be asking where the whole Moses sleeping with her fans things came from, but basically in 2021 there were some pretty serious accusations levied against Moses by two women on social media that he was stealthing these two, which is when you remove the condom without consent, and lied about sexual history. So I'm assuming these people knew him through H3 and were fans of the show. It kind of got swept under the rug because everyone just stopped talking about it, and Moses himself never really addressed it, but I think that Ethan is trying to poke at both of them, so let's see if he will get reaction. What do you guys think about the whole situation? Do you agree with Ethan that Trisha lied? Do you think that Ethan is in the wrong? How will Trisha and Moses respond to all of this? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, feel free to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any news useful from us. And for now, here's some eye bleach.
Yeah, I think I think if I could say anything to both parties, I mean, like with Trisha Paytas, I can't really think of anything to say about her. I mean, like, maybe, yeah, just not respond to what Ethan is saying, but I do feel like that, yeah, it's like it probably is going to get to a point where she's like, okay, I need to say something, I need to talk about that and things. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's really up to her, But with Ethan, I'm like, yeah, bro, it's just, if there's things that don't involve you, don't even talk on it, just let that stuff go. So it's something that's not like, I guess, like, it's something that, because I feel like that he's gonna mess around and say the wrong thing, and he is gonna have to apologize. And I'm pretty sure it's probably done happen before. He had said the wrong thing about somebody, and he had to come out and do an apology video. Because, yeah, bro, it's like, you don't know her body, you don't know what she's capable of, you don't know what she's been through. So she went through, my thing is this, if she's went through the proper I guess, ways of going about like getting pregnant, then it's like, fam, how can you talk on that, you know? So yeah, bro, it's like if you ain't got like this girl underneath, because that's what I'm thinking. It's like, do you have her underneath some 24/7 surveillance ever since you've seen the name Trisha Paytas? And it's like, oh, it's like I gotta keep tabs on this girl. I gotta see what she's doing behind closed doors and see if she's capable of getting pregnant. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, bro, something like that. I just think that he probably shouldn't have talked on, but again, I feel like when they live for that drama stuff and they know that it's gonna be good for them, because when was I guess my question would be, when was the last time he talked about her? And so if it's been a while, he found a reason to talk about her and stuff, you know. But yeah, it's just it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I know people probably like will laugh at this, but at the same time, I'm like, look, if you guys watch wrestling, you see stuff like this all the time where it be like them two wrestlers, even though it's fictional, but it's just like how it's written out. You see, it's like, fam, this is like, it's not like in the likings of wrestling, but this is how like drama and beefing with people are and stuff. You see where, yeah, some time ago these guys had beef, they had drama. Then eventually it gets to a point where it's like, you know, they going at it with all these other people. It don't matter. It wasn't as big as it was when it was like okay, so let me think of like John Cena and The Rock. So like, yeah, let's say like The Rock, he could go up against these like wrestlers that's just starting up. Yeah, it'll be somewhat interesting, but at the same time, it's like it's not gonna be as big as his beef with John Cena. So that's what it's like, yeah, you know, it's like, people, I'm saying, become a wrestling fan. You learn some insightful information from wrestling, you know, within wrestling and outside of wrestling, stuff that you can, you know, carry on with you throughout life and things. But anyways, yeah, there. But no, it was. I'm curious to see how this is all gonna play out. You know, see what's gonna be said and stuff. So yeah, I do have notifications, video notifications turned on for Hot Tea, so I will be staying tuned for the next video. By the way, I just wanted to thank everybody for showing love and support in the last Hot Tea reaction video. I do appreciate that. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Hot Tea. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to her. If you are new to my channel or new to my reactions towards Hot Tea, like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.